Alright, so because of this goddamn quarantine, I've had plenty of time to watch Star Trek Picard. And what do I think about it? Well, in general, I just don't feel like this character feels like Picard. He feels like a sort of a generic old dude. And I just don't, and a lot of the things I don't typically care for the direction they went. I get the idea that you're trying to push forward, that just because you reach an ideal, that doesn't mean it's going to necessarily be sustained, so there's kind of some backsliding into xenophobia, and yada yada yada. I get all of that. And the intent of seeing like this whole saving thing as sort of a redemption arc for failing to save the Romulans. And more so than that, the character actually giving up.
Tell us, Admiral, why did you really quit Starfleet?
Because it was no longer Starfleet.
Like, I get it. You don't need to explain it to me. I understand. I'm just having a problem with, okay, the chief of Starfleet security, right here.
Bruce Maddox. Is he still alive?
Does it even matter?
I honestly didn't think she was ever supposed to be a Vulcan. Like, it's supposed to be a big reveal that this Vulcan lady is actually a Romulan, and I'm just like, well, she clearly wasn't a Vulcan. That's like one of the major world-building issues I'm having with this show right now, is that the aliens feel too human. I don't know, maybe this is a consequence of the characters being somewhat bland. Okay, to pick 3 examples, Farscape was a show made by the Hensons. Yeah, the Muppets guys. And its stated directive when they first started the show was to make an authentically alien experience.
Now I'm lost in some distant part of the universe on a ship, a living ship, full of strange alien life forms. Help.
That's why this is the theme song. Yeah, super bizarre, pretty out there, and most people probably aren't going to be aware of its influences. That combined with other elements, like this scene from the pilot episode that says, oh my god, I'm on an alien planet. Like, there's action and everything going on, but the main character stops and goes, what the... wow. Lead the aliens in Farscape to feel, authentically alien. Like, these are not humans we're dealing with. Going a little bit lower on the cultural ladder, the most hated Mass Effect game does this pretty consistently.
Why was your galaxy called the Milky Way?
It's not.
But Liam said...
Milky Way is what the humans call it. We have our own word. Solarians have theirs.
So, what do you call it?
It's 600 years away. I call it gone.
Both the question and the response tell you that these two people are aliens who don't see the world or the universe in the same way that humans do. Although, that question does bring up, hey, what's milk? Also, what's cheese?
It is curdled lacteal milk from a female bovine species on Earth.
From now on, how about you eat that in a closet or something?
Guys, a kid's show got this right. But in Picard, all the aliens just sort of feel like they're just human beings who happen to come from a kind of a weird culture. And this is extended even into the android characters. My brother was 100% right. Star Trek should go back to ripping off Isaac Asimov. If you didn't know, one of the primary influences for Data was the character R. Daniil Olivar, who was a reoccurring character in Asimov's Robot series as well as Foundation series. And due to how robots operate in Isaac Asimov's universe, they have these authentically, really alien sort of moments where they'll say and do things that wouldn't make sense to a human being, but they make perfect sense when you realize, robots are essentially decent. Which is why this whole plot point at the end here about them or us is kind of disappointing to me. Having the androids come across as a little bit different, a little bit, not what we would expect. This lady is supposed to be super into Vulcan philosophy and stuff, which is largely based on Stoic philosophy. Kind of poorly, but let's not get into that.
When they realize their creations do not age, or become sick, or die, they will seek to destroy them, and in so doing, destroy themselves.
Which a Stoic philosopher would probably hold that this is the wrong choice to make. Don't call in I assume it's the V'ger robots to wipe out all organic life. Instead, have them have a authentically sort of, you could only do this if you were a robot reaction. Rather than, anyone would do this reaction. Am I coming across as clear in what I want? I want responses that are different from human beings in alien creatures, or in synthetic creatures. Another thing Mass Effect did better.
I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. That is a joke.
I don't know, this is again probably going to be sort of a shorter video, because this is just the one problem I'm having with Picard. But, you know, I sort of want my aliens to be alien.
And she inherited from her grandfather a magic backpack of divine origin.
Her magic backpack is actually a pocket dimension with seemingly infinite space, from which she can pull out useful or random objects.
Fat chance! And before you make your little weightest judgments, I got this way because of a botched scientific experiment. Yeah, so basically the accident transformed my body into a portal to another dimension, and now I can pull stuff out of time and space with my watch. Boom!
And you find that useful?
Sometimes.